In this video, I'm going to change out the driver's side and the passenger side outer tie rods to the 2010 Nissan Rogue. If you haven't already, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more, and hey, have fun. On the 2010 Nissan Rogue, the outer tie rods were starting to fail, and after 10 years or so of being utilized every day for driving purposes, well, I mean, of course they're gonna fail. They have had a long life with 180,000 miles on it, and I mean, 10 years of use in Michigan weather, it needed to be replaced. And what happened was, it was just going thunk, 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 thunk. When applying some load to the outer tie rod, it went little thunks, very, very minimal, I mean little, and then we let off, it goes thunk, 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 thunk. So we were easily able to isolate the problem. Now, if we did the load, if we applied load to it and it still thunked, we would have had an inner tie rod. There are other ways to test those, but I mean, in our case, it was the outer tie rod, and it was not too difficult to replace at all. I mean, minus the fact that there was gunk everywhere, it was rusty, and I mean, oh my gosh, it's a Michigan car, what do you expect? So without further ado, let's get to it. Using my Snap-on IM51 and a 21mm socket, I'm going to loosen and remove these lug nuts. Right here is the tie rod, the outer, which is what's going to be replaced, and this is the jam nut and the inner tie rod. Now, typically when you do the outer tie rods or the tie rods in general, you should get an alignment afterwards. Now, one of the first things I like to do with the tie rod, especially when you're pulling it off, is take a paint marker and make a line going on the threads through the nut and on to the actual tie rod. Why? That's just because every single time this jam nut gets turned around, at least I know if it's aligned or not. So I know exactly how many times it spun around in relation to how long it's been moved. And then measure this out to the outer portion of the outer tie rod. I'm not going to measure to the shaft because the shaft can move, and considering that this one moves on me, I don't want to measure at this point because then I could be off by the slightest bit and it would drive me bonkers. So I'm going to pick a solid point, so I'm going to choose the outside of the outer tie rod and measure from that point to this point, and that should give me my next measurement. And hopefully, if all goes well, especially since the new tie rod outer should be roughly the same in length, I can measure that out from the length here to how long it is here, and my alignment shouldn't be off very much. It should be only off by like a couple degrees. Different if you just did the jam nut, let it spin around 5 times, and then you had to redo that. So I'm going to start by loosening that jam nut. I want to take an approximation of what my overall length is, and I apologize about this angle. It's really difficult to get you guys an angle, especially in this space right here. So I'm going to measure out right up to here. So that's where it sits on the lip, and I should probably do this upside down, to be completely honest, but in theory it looks like I'm sitting about just shy of 10.5. Before I do anything, I'm going to loosen the jam nut right there and then just break it free, and then I'm going to remove this. Using a 22mm, I'm going to loosen this jam nut right here. All I want to do is just break it loose. Holy mackerel! That's a lot of force. That's no good. It's not what I wanted. It moved, but it didn't move the way I wanted it to. I need that jam nut to move on the shaft. Now that I know that the jam nut does move, I can use a 13 millimeter and hold this shaft. Ooh, that is tight, dog. That is tight. So we can see me moving it right there on the actual shaft. And the good thing I made those lines, because it doesn't look like it wants to break free from right here. So that's now a problem that I got to figure out, because I don't want to remove the whole thing and know that this won't move if I need to move it during adjustment on the alignment rack. So I'm going to start working at that. Using a 14 millimeter. I'm going to see if I can remove this by hand first. Okay, I'm going to switch over to a breaker bar to break this free. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just like that. Now I'm going to stick this back on. Using this 14 millimeter, I'm going to just tighten this down. Hello. I'm going to use this puller, slide it on top. And in between. So I'm using a puller to pull this apart. I never liked just smashing on the steering knuckle. Like, that was never my forte. I was more keen on just using the tools like this. Let's tighten it down. Tap the edge of the knuckle. There we go. You heard it pop. I'm going to use a Torx bit to hold the stud and a 14 millimeter gear wrench ratcheting ratchet to loosen. Boom. Before I do anything with this old one, since we have our alignment marks all held in place, I can spin it and rotate it. Seems okay. I don't feel any popping when I pull in and out. I'm going to make sure that these are roughly the same length by flipping it over and measuring the distance where that jam nut is. And as we can see, they are, which is awesome. So I flip this back over, stick that nut that I pulled out back in so I can loosen the jam nut and count the threads on how many I removed from the vehicle. There we go. So now we see that this jam nut is free. I only want to just back it off just like I did. I don't want to go so far, and that's why I made those two lines so I can see where my alignment was. Now that I have a reference point, I've got two lines showing the original. I'm going to spin it off and count how many threads it takes to spin off. So that is 1 full rotation, 2 full rotations, 3 full rotations, 15, roughly 15. And then we have the old one. Compare the old one and the new one. They have a slightly different curvature to them, so, but nothing too serious. Thread the new one on. Okay. 1, wait. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15. There we go. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I'm gonna spin this around and make sure that it comes out to about 12.25 from the boot. So we're looking at about 12.25. So that's actually pretty close. So I'm gonna call that good for this side. So I'm gonna use the 17 because I know that's a 17 mil, so I brought it out. I'm gonna push that back in and slide it in to the hole. I'm gonna tighten that jam nut. Now we can see that the nut moved, but the original shaft didn't, because that's where I wanted it. So I only moved this 1/4 turn to show you that that is how much it takes to take your alignment and move it off. You're gonna wanna hold this one, but I can't because I'm just trying to show you because the tripod's in my way. And I'm just gonna use both my hands and kind of compress those together like that, and there we go. Meat, M-E-A-T, not M-E-E-T. I'm just going to tighten this down with the 17mm wrench. Pull it through. My hole is not lined up for my castle nut, so I have to go forward. You never want to back these off and then stick the castle nut through. Sorry, stick the cotter pin through. Stick the cotter pin through, long end up, like this. And I actually like to come outward. Just like that. Take a small pair of snips and just bend one leg up, tap it down, and then bend the other one. I like to bend the other one down typically. And that's just to ensure that the nut doesn't go anywhere. So now that that's done, we can verify that this is tight again. Okay, and now this side's done. Can put the wheel and tire back together and work on the other side. Alright folks, it's not that hard to put in outer tie rods on a 2010 Nissan Rogue. The only concern that I really had when doing this whole project is the steering wheel angle sensor and the electronic stability control. Now, with the steering wheel being off because of the alignment, that's my major concern, is the steering wheel angle sensor could be tripping, or the electronic stability control can be at fault for not functioning the way it should be because the alignment is off. So, I mean, either way, I got it aligned, everything's been reset, so we've got it all figured out. And it's all well and good. So, if you like this video, as normal, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more, and hey, have fun. So, for the absence, I haven't really been doing much around cars for a little while, only because I've actually been working on my second degree and finishing that out. So, congrats to me on that. No, give me a high five. And so I've been kind of putting all this stuff aside, as well as working on other cars as well, and just finishing it out. So otherwise, I mean, overall, it's things are changing little by little. And I'm happy for it, so. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more, and hey, have fun.